It's Darla here. It is a late scope. I'm doing a little testing here. And today I wanted to share with you three personal branding tips to get you started as an entrepreneur. I am a branding strategist and a visual designer, and I love to share tips, tools, and strategies to help entrepreneurs grow their business and shine online. So if you're new to me, then I would love for you to join me there in the little Periscope guy, and I'll share things with you. I'd love to connect with you here and on Twitter and my new addiction, Blab. so if you are on Blab, then let me know. But I wanted to share with you a couple of tips. I'm a blogger, and I blog every week to my community, and it's over on my website. Actually, I'm in the process of rebranding. I might have mentioned this a few times, so if you are new to me, or if you're catching the replay, or if you've seen a few of the other ones, then I'm actually in the process of rebranding, and I want to share everyone with my new site, which is simply darlakirchner.com. So I'm keeping it very simple. I'm coming back to my zone of genius, and so that's one of the tips I wanted to share. So I wrote a blog post a couple weeks ago about sharing the 5 personal branding strategies that every entrepreneur needs to know. You can go over to darlakirchner.com and catch the blog post, which goes in a lot more detail than I'm going to share on this scope today. But I'm learning so much, and I'm loving meeting people here on Periscope, and then having that conversation go over to Twitter, and then meeting other people on Blab, and then having that conversation go over to Twitter. And I just really want to help people because I've met some awesome people that just really have a great gift and great talent, and they just need to be able to have it shine. So my first tip is to know who you are. Know who you are. Live in your zone of genius. So, for example, when I started out online, I felt called to be able to help creatives to be able to know everything online. Well, I don't know everything online. And it was killing myself trying to learn all this stuff and then trying to share it and try to teach it. And I realized that I just need to know who I am and stay in my zone of genius. And one of the things that has really helped me is by being vulnerable and sharing my woes and my wins with my tribe, with my online audience, and my friends, my dear friends that are online. So find that tribe and connect with them, and then share what works for you. Where is your zone of genius? And the reason why I share that too is, and I say that a lot, is one of my dear friends told me about a book that I just got, and it's been out for a while. It's called The Big Leap, and it's by Gay Hendricks, and it's been out for a while, but it talks about taking life to the next level. So that's something that if you know who you are and you know what your gifts are, then and you are able to embrace that, then it shines outside. It shines outside of you, and the right people will connect with you. So that will be my first tip, is to make sure that you know who you are, and just know that you can't be everything to everyone. You can't. So own that, understand that, and realize that your gifts are here for a reason, and so you have to go in deep to kind of figure some of this out. But that's my first tip for you. And then I share more about that in my blog post. I go in deep. I was channeling my inner Brene Brown, if you know who she is, and she's a wonderful person. Talks about vulnerability, and I think you have to do that too. So my next tip is to live in your zone of genius, and that's what I was talking about, the big leap. So when I was starting out online, I mean, I come from a creative background, so I have been a professional artist, I have been a graphic designer, I have done freelancing, I have done branding for years, and I kept thinking that there was something else for me to do. Now, I realized that I love to teach. I love to learn, and as an avid lifelong learner, I love to teach. So I was trying to figure it all out, and so I'm testing all these different things out, and I realized that yes, I'm really good at design. I'm very good at color. I'm a great artist, and I still get people that ask me, and I'm not saying that to be vain. I'm really not. Really, I shouldn't have said it that way, but people people have paid me hundreds of dollars for artwork, and they still come to me today and say, gosh, I miss that you're not doing art. And to me, it's like, yes, I love that, but it's more of a hobby. I feel called to be in my zone of genius is to help other people. And I feel like this is my talent. This is my gift, that I need to be able to stay within this area. And so that has been something that I share. I actually didn't even share that on the blog, so you're catching that. So, but it's something that is important to realize and to know where your zone of genius is, and that's going to be different than where your zone of excellence is. And if you read the book like I am, then you might get some more information about that too. So that's my second big tip. And my third big tip, there's actually two more that's over on the blog, and the blog is titled 5 Personal Branding Strategies Every Entrepreneur Needs to Know, and you can catch that over at darlakirchner.com. Realize that my website is being rebranded, so I'm adding to this stuff every day, but I'd love for you to join me over there and become part of my community. And if you're catching the replay, then great. Hearts are always appreciated. I can't tell today. Sometimes Periscope does funky things for me in my office, so if you're giving me hearts, I really appreciate them very much. If it's really resonating with you and you think other people would appreciate this, then please, by all means, share it on Twitter, share it to your followers, and that lets me know that I'm doing the right things. I'm giving you the right information. So, and if you've got comments, because I'm not seeing them, I apologize. If you've got comments, then sorry, that's my dog. Then know that I will answer the comments. I'll find you over on Twitter and answer the comments. And if you are a troll, then I'm going to get rid of you, because I've had that happen before. Not cool. So anyway, so going back to this, my last and final tip, and I'm going to get off here because I've got to get dinner, is to know who you serve. This is a really important tip. So who's your target audience? Who's your ideal client? Know who they are, because if you don't, because you can't serve everyone, your zone of genius is awesome, but if you don't know who else will want that and needs the gifts that you have, then how are you reaching them? So that's something that I found, and I've worked with coaches, mentors, and I have created my own avatars several times. In fact, I've created a new one for my new website, for Darla Kirchner site, and it's something that you really have to do. Take the time to find out who your ideal client is. I have blog posts that you can go over and catch. If you want to talk to me personally, I'm happy to do that. I do consultations and consults and teach people, brainstorm with people how to find their ideal client, because that will be a huge eye-opener for you. It will really help you to know who they are. You need to know if it's a male or a female. You need to know how old they are. You need to know if they're married or not. There is a host of questions. I think some of them are actually on my blog post, and you can go over and grab that. But there's a lot of things that you can do to define that person, so that you know who you're talking to. You know what their needs are, what their pain points are, and so that you can help them with the talents that you have. So I hope this has been helpful. I know I was inspired because I was on a blab and I was listening to this wonderful photographer, and she was really having a hard time. And she said, the people that she was selling to were having a hard time with her price points, and she had to defend herself. And my first instinct is, who's your ideal client? And those people obviously weren't. So and know that it's going to have that, but having a community of people that in having this type of environment, either here on Periscope or over on Blab, and I am on Blab. You can go find me over there. I'm going to try to do some Blabs. I've only been in one so far, and that's a whole other story. But yeah, so just know that these are the tips. And just as a recap, the first one is to know who you are. Know that what your gifts and talents are, and to stay there, live in that zone of genius. That would be my second one, is to live in your zone of genius. Don't try to stray. Don't keep digging holes in other places thinking that you can be a social media person when you really need to be working on content, or whatever it is. You stay there and dig a deep, deep hole in that area. And then my third one is to know who you serve. There are more tips and information over on my blog post, which is called 5 Personal Brand Strategies Every Entrepreneur Needs to Know. And you can get that over at darlakirchner.com. Thanks for joining me today. And if you've got comments or questions, by all means, contact me. You can contact me over my website or over on Twitter. And I'm simply Darla_Kirchner. I'd love to connect with you there too. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye. If I can get it to go down. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Bye, guys.